Okay, it's that time of the year again. We're at the Earth Day event at Gateway Technical College, and I'm at a great exhibit for the Electrical Vehicle Association. Got some great electric cars here. In your name?
Joe Dubanowitz.
Joe, what a great event today. What's going on at this area of the Earth Day
Well,
event?
we're demonstrating electric vehicles. We're trying to promote the idea of people owning electric vehicles, and it's a solution to climate change and greenhouse gases. So we don't have to burn as much burn as much gasoline, and we can run more on electricity.
Wow, great. Now, this is your car?
This is my car. It's a 2017 Chevy Bolt. It just came off the assembly line. The first year was 2017, and it's the low end of the EV pricing, but it's a breakthrough car. It's there are a lot of them out on the road, and in 2020 they discovered a battery problem where batteries had to be recalled due to a short in the batteries, and so General Motors recalled all these Chevy Bolts from 2017, 2018, and replaced the batteries with brand new batteries. And I was a recipient of that in 2022. So I was driving 5 years on old batteries, but now I have new batteries. And the warranty is 8 years and 100,000 miles. So I got brand new 8 years, 100,000 miles added to my 2022 number of miles, basically. So I'm good until 2030 at least.
So, when did you hear about electric cars, and when did you say, okay, I'm going to get one?
Well, I do work with other environmental groups, the Sierra Club, and they are advocating for cleaner air and environmentally sane transportation. So I said I'm going to research it a little bit. So I found a Chevy dealer, and I test drove it, and I fell in love with it right then and there. So that was great.
I hear it's very quiet drive.
Oh yeah, I've there's no
A moving parts, I should say.
there's no motor. There's an engine, yes, but there's no motor.
Okay. And then, boy, I tell you, it seems like it's more and more people are getting EV cars. Last year, there must have been 4 or 5. Now I see almost a dozen here.
Oh sure, I've been at places where we had 25 and more. I was here last year at the Gateway College for their Earth Day, and it was at the same location, and we had 23 cars. I've been at other events that were all over Wisconsin and Illinois. I traveled both Wisconsin and Illinois to EV car shows. I'm going to one next week. There's 3 other ones that are planned in the rest of Wisconsin that I'm aware of, and I may go to some of them. Yeah.
And it's nice going to like events like this, so that way you're not so much talking to a car dealer, but people who actually own the cars and ask questions on their day to day. Or
Right, and it's not a hard sell. There's 3 kinds of electric vehicles. There's the all-electric kind, like I have with Chevy Bolt and with the Teslas and some of the other brands. All the manufacturers are coming out with all electrics, but they also have plug-in hybrids, which is a combination of plugging in to charge your battery, and then when that battery is depleted, you can switch over to gasoline. And so that's ideal for people that want to go on long drives. I drive a lot of local traffic, so I'm on all electric, and I charge at home once or twice a week, and that's about it. Because of the range that I get on the Bolt, I can go a week without needing to charge it up again.
wow,
And then the third kind is hybrid electric, which is basically it's a gasoline engine with an assist of electric vehicles. When you're going downhill, I've seen the tachometer on the car go to 0, and then that means the electric motor kicks in. So when the computer inside the car says, "Hey, let's switch to EV mode," it switches automatically, and then when it's necessary to get some more oomph, it starts the gasoline part automatically.
And like you said, it's not a hard sell. And I think they said by 2035, the more manufacturers are going to be making cars.
More and more every year, and my other alternative that I'm really interested in doing is promoting solar electricity, rooftop solar, and I have that in my home, and because of that, I'm an all-electric home, so I don't burn any gasoline, I don't burn any methane, and I'm a great source for not getting greenhouse gases in the air.
Absolutely, a lot of cost saving. That's solar energy. You'll heat the house and then charge your car in.
Right, and the solar panels make electricity.
Yeah.
And I sell it back to We Energies, and then there's 2 meters, one going forward for how much I use during the day, and the other one goes backwards, and it subtracts. It's called net metering.
Now, are you part of this Electrical Vehicle Association, and what is it?
There's at least 3 organizations that I'm representing here today. One is Electric Vehicle Association, which is based out in California, but there's a Wisconsin branch that I'm part of, Wisconsin EVA. And then there's the Drive Smart Wisconsin, which is it's a local organization that concentrates on driving efficiently. And that's the part of the program that we're on, Drive Smart Wisconsin. And we hold shows, meetings, church groups, or libraries, or things like that, to help people drive efficiently, whether they drive electric or gasoline or a hybrid. It's driving smart.
Okay, so if they want more information, just Google those websites.
Drive Smart Wisconsin, Electric Vehicle Association, and the Sierra Club. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to this event today and organizing these car displays. It's a great event, and thank you, Joe, for talking with us today.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay, here we are at the Earth Day event at Gateway Technical College, and I'm with your name.
Kurt Magoon.
Kurt, what car do you have here?
I have a 2019 Chevy Bolt EV.
Okay, well, I've been hearing about the Chevy Bolts, and let's hear all about it.
Well, it has 259 miles of stated range. We drive it every day. We charge it up in our house in the evening. So it literally takes us 3 seconds to plug it in and walk away. We don't even have to worry about, and it just charges while we're asleep at night. So that's great.
How did you hear about electric cars, and what made you to go the leap and get one?
So 5 years ago, I decided we had a car that was, we had an old Ford Fiesta that I needed to get a new car. And at the time I was looking at the plug-in, the PHEVs, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles where it has gas and electric, because I thought, well, I really need something in case I'd go for a long trip. And I wanted something that had range. But I couldn't find one to drive in the area. And so I started looking at electric vehicles, and I found this Bolt on a lot in Hales Corners, and we drove it, and we fell in love. And at first I was very worried about range, but never had a problem. We've gone to visit our daughter in Iowa City. We've been to the Twin Cities. We go to Door County. You have to charge, once or twice maybe along the way, but it's very reasonable, and a lot of times we can go to Madison and back from Menominee Falls and not even have to charge.
And I hear that there's more and more charging stations popping up.
Yes, yeah. Compared to 5 years ago when we first bought the car, it was, you really had to do some planning. Nowadays, like when we used to go to the Twin Cities, there weren't any charging stations in like La Crosse or Eau Claire, and now there's several. So it's making it a whole lot easier.
How long does it take to charge the car, would you say?
So there are 3 types of charging. There's level 1, which is your standard electric outlet, and then if you use like the 220, like a dryer outlet, that's a level 2, and then there's a fast charger, level 3. So with level 2, which is what I have in my garage, I can charge it from empty to full in like 6 or 7 hours, which is overnight while you're sleeping. If you're on a trip and you use a level 3 charger, you can get 90 miles of range in about 30 minutes with the Chevy Bolt. So.
Okay, well, that's thank you so much for coming to this event. It's a great event today here at Earth Day, and thanks so much for showing off your excellent electric car.
Thank you.
This could be a bicycle. Or a bat. This could be a robot. Or an airplane. This could be a playground. This could be a book bag.
Or a soccer ball.
This could be a book. This could be beautiful. This cannot be trash. This can all be recycled. Learn more at thiscouldbe.org.
Okay, here we are at Gateway Technical College at the Earth Day event, and we've got a great area here for electric vehicles. And your names?
Lilia Fry.
Quo.
Okay, well, this is a great vehicle we're standing in front of. Which car did you guys get?
We have the Mustang Mach-E, the Ford Mustang Mach-E.
Ford Mustang Mach-E. And why did you choose that vehicle?
We like the style and had a great range, and the price is great too. So, and it's a great utility for us. It's got a lot of space on the inside and everything, so it really fit our needs.
At the time, were you looking for electric cars? Did you learn about it? How did that all come about?
Yeah, so we were definitely looking for an electric vehicle. She had a plug-in hybrid before, and so we sort of dipped our feet in that a little bit, and then we're just like, okay, looks like we're ready, and we're able to, make the jump to full electric.
Well, give me some selling points. Why should I go get an electric car, or at least look for it?
Of course, everybody talks about the gas. We haven't paid for gas in 3 years, which is fantastic. We actually, until recently, lived in the city in Chicago and in an apartment and didn't have charging at home. So we were able to charge publicly around town. Sometimes it helped us explore new areas where we found chargers. And for us, the environmental impact was a big one. And I know there's a lot still happening and changing, but it's an important first step for us to get there.
You talked about charging. So if I get one, where do I charge, and how long does it take to charge?
Yeah, so there's lots of different types of chargers, of course. So there's a lot of public charging. So a lot of grocery stores, some parking garages and stuff like that, shopping malls. And then there are some locations that, like in the Whole Foods or something like that, they have like the fast chargers there. So in terms of timing, it takes if you plug into a regular wall outlet in your garage, just the 110 volt, that if it's 0% and you want to charge it to 100%, that would take maybe about 2 days. Yeah, but no one really does that. No one runs it out and then charges to 100%. So a typical charge time, like at home, on a 240 volt circuit, so like something like a dryer outlet, will probably get you back to full in about 6 or 7 hours. So overnight, essentially. Yeah. So another way to look at it is you can get between 2 to maybe 30 miles per hour of charging at home, depending on the kind of charger you have and all that stuff. Now, if you're going on a road trip and all that kinds of stuff, it probably takes about, for this car, which isn't the fastest charging in the world, it takes 40 minutes to go from 10% to 80%. Yes. Yeah. And that's, like I said, that's not even the fastest. A lot of there are other vehicles out there that can do it in half the time or less.
Okay, here we are at Gateway Technical College at their Earth Day event, and I'm with your name?
Jill Whalen.
Jill, nice to see you today. What a great car you have today. Let's talk all about it. What car are we standing in front of?
This is a 2022 Chevy Bolt, all electric.
That's what I want to hear. I keep hearing Chevy Bolts popping up here and there. Why did you choose that, and how did you hear about the electric cars?
So I've been looking into electric cars for a long time. I like the technology. I like the simplicity. I mean, an electric motor versus a gas engine, it's a lot simpler. When I heard about the Bolt, I started investigating in like 2017. It's an affordable car. It's like in my price range. It's got a really good range, and it's well supported so far by Chevy. So, and being, like a woman driver, it's my only car. So,
Absolutely.
right. Right.
So now the range you were talking about, do you drive in town to the interstate? Let's hear about what do you use the car for?
So I'm mostly in town. It's perfect for in town, and I plug in at my house. So I use my own home electricity to charge it. But I do take longer trips. I've gone to like Green Bay in this car. I've gone to Chicago with no problem. I'm going to take a trip out west this summer to Los Angeles. So,
With
and-
this car?
yep.
Wow.
And you can find charging stations all along. There are a couple apps for your phone, and you just plan the trip, to not exceed your range, and it should be fine. I've been like reading online about other people who've done it, so.
I think this is just a win-win situation, and it seems like more vehicles are coming out and more charging stations are popping up.
Yep. The infrastructure is really getting a lot better. The main infrastructure in the U.S. right now is the Tesla, but now Bolts like my car can charge at Tesla stations with an adapter. Yep.
Very cool, very cool. And about how long does it charge usually, or like when you charge at a Tesla station or at home, how long would you say roughly did you have to charge?
So you get about 100 miles of range in an hour. So I don't run it down that far. I keep my range between 80 and 20%. That's when the battery is best.
Okay.
So usually if I stop at a charging station, it'll take me 20 to 40 minutes to get to the next station, that much range. At home, I charge overnight when, I just...
Charge their cell phone, right?
Yep.
Not your car.
Exactly, yeah.
And I hear it's very quiet when you ride it too.
Very quiet, yep. And it's got a little hum that, so you can alert pedestrians that you're around. And when you're backing up, people can hear you backing up, but it's not, you don't hear the vroom when you start the car.
And it's safe for the environment as well.
Yes, yep.
That's great on this Earth Day. Well, I am just really pleased on seeing this vehicle and all the vehicles here at Gateway Earth Day, and thank you so much for talking with us today.
Got questions? The library's got answers. And books and magazines and CDs and videos and web access and databases and all sorts of other resources at your library. In a world that's information rich, libraries are information smart. Find the right answer and a whole lot more at your library.
Okay, here we are at Earth Day event at Gateway Technical College, and I'm with your name.
Mark Pass.
Mark, nice to see you today. We're at the electrical vehicle area, and there's one right here. Let's hear all about it. What car are we standing in front of?
Thank you for asking. This is a Chevrolet. It's a 2022 Bolt EUV. It's a slightly larger version of the standard Bolt. It's been a wonderful vehicle for us, dependable, great range. Average range is about 240 miles, about 220 during the winter. We've seen it up to 270 right now as the weather starts to get warmer. Plenty of room, and there's great vehicles all over by many manufacturers. We think electric vehicles are the vehicle of the future, and we encourage people to think about it. If it fits their lifestyle, if it fits their needs, but charging you can do at home, pretty straightforward.
When did you find out about electric cars, and when did you say, okay, I'm going to get one?
Oh, thank you for asking. We had a first-gen Volt, which was a hybrid Chevrolet, and owned it for 10 years. A very dependable car, the best car we owned. When it was time to move on, and the reason that when it got cold, the battery decided to slow down, and we traded it in and got this car.
Very nice. So give me some selling tips. Why should someone buy an electric car?
A couple things. It's personal preference. If one doesn't want to be concerned about regular maintenance, dealing with internal combustion engines, putting with gas and oil, it's something to consider. Okay. electric car. You never have to worry, is it going to start or not start? You get and you go. It's got plenty of power if you want to use power. It's very economical to drive. As far as brakes and maintenance, there's almost on our Volt, our brakes lasted over 120,000 miles before they needed to be changed. That's an example. Plenty of room. It's built rugged. Great features. This is the loaded one, so it's got nice features such as the sunroof, adaptive cruise control, super cruise, meaning basically you're on the highway, you take your hands off, it'll drive itself. It watches your eyes, and it tells you if it doesn't see you paying attention, it lets you know in no uncertain terms.
And then as far as, so you're talking, the winter. You said, how is it in the winter?
Aside from reduced range, the heater works great. The traction is wonderful. On front-wheel drive, this isn't four-wheel drive. There are many vehicles here that are electric that are four-wheel drive, but this is a front-wheel drive variant.
And charging isn't a problem, or charging, how long does it take to charge?
We've got a level 2 charger. It takes about 3.5-4 hours. If on a level 1, it's going to take 8 hours. But if a person can plug it in overnight in their garage, hey, we're ready to rock. It's 200 miles plus worth of range. So, it's just something to think about.
Okay, here we are at the Gateway Technical College event, at the Earth Day event, and I am with your name?
Jack Bridich.
Jack, nice to see you today. We're at the electrical vehicle area, and I see you have one, and let's hear about the car that we're standing in front of.
This is a Chevrolet Volt with a V as in victory. It's considered to be a plug-in hybrid. So every night when I'm finished driving, I'll plug it into a regular wall outlet, and in that case it can take anywhere from 12 to 18 hours. It's also capable of using 230 volts, in which case it charges in about 6 hours. But it has an engine in it, which makes it the hybrid part. And when the battery is so-called depleted, the engine just seamlessly starts up. You can barely even tell that it happens. And so you can drive this car just like any other car as far as you want, as long as you don't run out of gas.
So when did you start researching hybrids, and when did you say, you know what, let's get one?
It's been probably 15 years or so. My first was just a straight hybrid, a Honda Civic hybrid, and that was the first one. I got involved with the Milwaukee Hybrid Group, which changed into, I can't remember what they call themselves at the moment, but that's why I learned that I would probably like either the Honda or the Prius, or the two I was researching, and the Honda seemed to be a little less expensive and met our needs better. So it's been a while, and then I learned about the Volt from General Motors before that was on the market. So it seemed like a great concept of having an electric car with an engine backup.
It's a good idea just to see, okay, how is it, that way, if depends on how far you drive and, that type of thing. What year is this?
This is 2017.
Okay,
2017, right.
I love the color, and I also hear it's very quiet when it's electric.
Well, certainly, yes. There's no exhaust noise. All you got is tire noise. You can't really hear the motors running. So it does tend to be quiet. There was a concern amongst the general public about maybe blind people not hearing the car coming. So sometimes I think they're even required by the national government or the federal government to actually create some noise so you can hear cars coming.
No oil changes, correct?
Well, there's an engine in it. There's an engine in this one, so there would be no oil changes. That's correct. I do have an all-electric for the fun of it, although it turned out to be it's called a smart car. It's a two-seater, and it's all-electric version of the smart car. It runs about 50 miles before it's dead. And I use that most of the time. I mean, I very seldom go over a 50-mile round trip. You go to the grocery store, you go to church, you go to different social functions, and Wouldn't make it this far because it's more than 50 miles from my house, which is in Oconomowoc.
Well, thank you so much for showing off the vehicle and coming to this event. It's a great event. Thanks so much for talking with us today.
You're welcome.
Okay, here we are at Gateway Technical College at their Gateway Earth Day event, and I'm with your name.
Mike Hagan.
Mike, nice to see you today. We are at the electrical vehicle area, and I see an electrical vehicle here. Is this yours?
Yes, this is my 2011 Chevy Volt.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, well, when did you start hearing about electric vehicles, and when did you say, okay, I'm going to try it?
Yeah, well, I bought this vehicle about a year ago. It's not a fully electric vehicle. It's a plug-in hybrid, so it has both electricity and gas. And I've always been interested in EVs, but I haven't quite been able to take the step to do a full electric vehicle yet. So yeah, this was a great way for me to dip my toe in, and it's been great so far.
And I think that's what I've been hearing is that people says, you know what, let's do the hybrid first if you like. So now that you have the hybrid, how does it ride and how do you feel?
Yeah, it runs amazing. Driving on electricity is very smooth, and then even when it switches over to gasoline, it's very quiet. It drives great. I'm definitely not going back to a gas car ever again. I'm going to at least stick with the plug-in hybrids or go full electric moving forward. So yeah, it's been great.
Let's talk about the charging. How does it charge and what do you do?
Yeah, so with this vehicle, it gets about 25 to 30 miles of electric range before it switches over to gasoline. So I'm able to just charge it up in my garage. I don't have a special charger. I just plug it into a normal wall outlet. And it takes about 6 to 8 hours to fully charge. And I did the math, and it's about $1.50 to charge it up fully. So, and then I get about 30 miles, which will usually cover my daily commute to work and back. So yeah, it's been great. And then I don't have to worry about the range anxiety that a lot of folks talk about. Like if I want to go on a trip, I can just stop at a gas station and fill up if I have to.
I hear it's also quiet when it goes electric.
Yeah, it doesn't make a sound. When I test drove it, I was really impressed. I said to my girlfriend, I said, like, Sid, you have to listen to this. Like, you don't hear a single sound when it drives. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the muscle cars that make tons of noise like late at night. Yep, so this is a perfect car for me. Mm-hmm.
Well, we thank you so much for coming to this event. You got a great vehicle here, and thank you so much for talking with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Atifa Robinson. I'm a women's health coordinator at Kenosha Community Health Center, a federal clinic that offers a full range of top quality medical, dental, and mental health services. We have 7 medical providers, 10 dentists, 2 psychiatrists, and 3 therapists. We also provide medical services in 4 elementary schools and dental ceilings at 19 schools. Our fees are based on what you can pay, but no one is denied service. We also offer discounted pharmacies services with Walgreens. I'm especially excited to tell you about our breast health program. The Susan G. Komen organization provides us with grant funds to help women get mammograms. Having a mammogram is such an important way to take care of yourself. And there are 2 women's health coordinators to help you each and every step of the way. Make an appointment at Kenosha Community Health Center, 262-656-0044.